I'm Donald and I work in Oban Ferry Terminal, mostly at the tour shop, selling tours, various tours to different islands along the west coast. Three Isles tour goes during the week about 9:45, and the first part of the journey is a 45-minute journey to Mull. Once on the ferry between Oban and Mull, visitors can expect to see the island of Kerala, and then as they sail out of Oban Bay, they come towards Lismore Lighthouse, which is the end of the island of Lismore. They can look up Loch Linney and may see Ben Nevis in the distance. Then they cross over the Firth of Lorne and they'll see Duart Castle out in the promontory just before they get to Craigmuir. You join one of West Coast's tour buses on the island that takes you from Craigmuir down to Finnefort, which is approximately 1 hour, it's about 40 miles on a single track road.
Okay, I'm Alistair MacLeod and I'm the depot supervisor in Mull, and I look after all the operations for West Coast Motors on the island. To come over here we have 3 or 4 tours going at the same time. It's obviously very busy to be here. It's my job to make sure that every passenger gets in the right bus and enjoy the rest of their day.
Okay, my name's Sheila and I live in Craigmuir and work as a coach driver, bus driver for West Coast Motors. Well, from start to end, it's a beautiful journey. We've got grasslands, coast. You're right beside the coast, so you have the opportunity to see otters if you're lucky, seals, lots of oyster catchers and herons, and in general, it's just a very attractive journey down. It's a beautiful place. It's really stunning. The fact that it's constantly changing, you're never bored with it. So it's mountainous, coastal, it's accessible, and it's a friendly island. It's really pleasant to come to, and I think that the scenery is breathtaking.
My name is Paul Grant and I operate Staffa Tours, which is a small company that takes passenger boats out to Staffa and the Treasury House. So basically, the Staffa Tours part of the Three Isles tour starts off in Finnefort and we take you across to Staffa. It's a 6-mile crossing to Staffa, and we normally do that in just over half an hour. Once we arrive in Staffa, we usually have an hour ashore on the island to explore. When you get off the boat and make your way along the causeway into Fingal's Cave, Fingal's Cave is a unique cave in the fact that it has been formed by basalt columns which have been eroded away by the water. In the summertime, from May till August, we have the puffins. They come to visit the island, and so that on the island itself you can see the puffins. Get up close, you get within a couple of feet of the puffins, but also crossing to Staffa on the boat you'll see seals, porpoises and sometimes dolphins and minke whales. We then take you to Iona, another 30 minutes to Iona, and you have just over 2 hours on Iona to explore the historical sites here. Iona is populated by 120 people all year round, so we have a few facilities. There's restaurant, cafes and hotels, shops, but the main attraction is of course the Iona Abbey. Well, obviously having lived here all my life, Iona is very special because this is where I'm from. Staffa is unique and always different, and I've been lucky to operate boats out to Staffa for a very long time.
Yeah, Staffa is the highlight of the Three Isles excursion tour because the volcanic columns and Fingal's Cave and the bird life, it's like one of the wonders of the world. The return journey from Iona involves a 10-minute ferry crossing from Iona Pier back to Finnefort, where you join your West Coast tour bus for the return journey. Well, the West Coast coach arrives in Craigmuir just before the 7 o'clock ferry departs, so the customers have got time to join the ferry for the 45-minute journey, and a lot of them take the opportunity to have something in the restaurant on board, and they get back in Oban by 8 o'clock after their spectacular day. People come back and say it was a wonderful trip, and even trip of a lifetime. Once people have been there, they don't realise how peaceful it is until they come back, and it's a place they will never forget.